Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Olafemi, your goddess guru, here to share a word of inspiration on your path towards self-realization, knowing the fullness, which is wonderful, of yourself, knowing all of who you are, and on your path towards self-mastery, which is, it's your destiny to master yourself. All you got to do is do it, okay? Just don't sit down on that destiny. I do want to say, for those watching the videos, that nothing is wrong with my health. I cut my hair off by choice. It was part of a very spiritual process that I've recently gone through, so I'm good. I've had a lot of people who live in my community or know me personally, but I didn't tell anyone what I was doing, and people think I have cancer. I do not want my name in the same sentence as the words has cancer. I am healthy 100%. If it shows up, I'll deal with it, but this has nothing to do with that. It was just a choice. I've worn my hair short before. People just hadn't seen it in a while. So, I just finished dancing, and so I'm a little sweaty right now. This hat's not helping. Anyway, the wisdom for this week is Geb Hetep. We have some great energy going on for us right now, so we need to take advantage of the way being open. Whenever I say Hetep, it's like thumbs up, but you've got to live the wisdom. That's going to be the key and the kicker, is you got to live the wisdom. You know, something that I've been learning from my Orisha Yamanya is, and this is how I see all of the spiritual gurus, the prophets, the saviors of the world. They will assist you, but baby, you got to do your own work, okay? Now, I don't know who I'm really talking to, because I watch different stories, you know, people's lives. And sometimes it seems like the harder people have it, the more responsibility they take for their life. The greater the challenge that a person has to overcome, the more responsible they are with, you know, just whatever they need to do. That's what they do in order to succeed in life. And it seems like when there's too much cushion, when there's too much, you're just given everything. Folks expect to be saved. Save yourself. And the way you do that is through self-realization. The way you do that is through learning the laws of the universe. Understanding the power within, tapping the power within, which is what we're supposed to be doing this year. We want to tap the power within. And what will happen is you will see, you dig your hole and you can get up out of that hole. Okay? That's actually the beauty of it all. That you can learn, I dug the hole and I can get myself out of the hole. And so that's something that I'm learning. That, you know, the way can be open. Every day can be Hetep. But if we don't live the wisdom, if we don't make the right choices in the decisions to get up and go and do something positive, useful towards our growth, our development, evolution, our dreams, it's not going to happen. Yes, I do believe that we can get lucky and things just fall into place. You know, I love hearing Christians talk about grace, where you just get blessed, where you didn't really do anything. The blessing just showed up. Grace is a beautiful thing, and everyone deserves grace. However, howsoever, at some point, we all got to get up and do the work. So, the way is open for us. Things are positive, and let's do something. The more we do, the better it will be for us. So, we're in a waning moon cycle right now. So, something that's important to health, because that's what Geb speaks to. Geb is all about health. It's all about Mother Earth, Gaia, Pachamama. And so One of the keys to health is release. It is detoxification. It is cleansing and purifying. And when we are at the waning moon cycle, it's important for us to take time to figure out what do I need to get rid of? Is it in my mind? Is it in my body? Is it in my spirit? Is it in my emotions? Now, I'm a simple person. I love simplicity. You know, it's all about, let's just do a little bit. Let's not go full out, because a lot of times you get overwhelmed when you do too much. So you may want to just take one thing that you know, this is something I need to conquer, and work on getting rid of that one thing. Now, if you get rid of it, you've got to replace it with something, okay? And so, you know, you have to come up with that game plan. The best thing to do is to get quiet and intuit. Just naturally, you can hear your intuition tell you you're moving from one direction to another. So you want to know, you want to move from this direction, you're going in which direction? Which direction should you go? Okay? So GAB is all about health. And so it's very important for us to make sure we have times of release, whether we are taking times to do a cleanse in our bodies, whether it's time for us to clean our environment in terms of our home, our cars. Maybe we need to purge. We have too much stuff and we need to get rid of some stuff. We can donate it. We can have a garage sale, however you want to get rid of this stuff. We may need to release relationships of some kind. It could be a love relationship, a romantic relationship, or maybe we're going to release toxic aspects of current relationships. Because some relationships we don't need to get rid of. We just need to get rid of certain aspects, certain behaviors. And the more we release that which we don't need, it creates a healthier environment. So it's all about health right now. What can you do to create health in your environment? And one of the ways we can release in working in alignment with the moon cycle is to just get rid of something. One ritual you can do is you can take a piece of paper and write down maybe an attitude, a belief, a certain wound that happened. A lot of us are carrying a lot of wounds, memories of wounds. We can write them down on a piece of paper with the intent to release. You can tear the paper up. You can burn the paper. You can take the paper, the ashes, and put them in the river, the ocean. And you know, it's a gift. And let that be transformed and taken away from you, but transformed for something positive. I like to think about nature, and that's what I love about Gab. When I see a Gab reading, I know it's time to get in nature, y'all. It's always time for nature, actually, but nature teaches us so much. And I love trees so much. I just really love trees. I love trees so much I cry when I see my city tearing down trees in order to build a store or a house. Tears me up. Let us all plant a tree at least once in our life or more. Anyway, the leaves from the tree fall off of the tree, and those leaves, if we don't clean them up and just let nature run our course, will actually become mulch and become food for the tree. We can look at those kinds of things in our lives. The trash in us can actually become the compost for our life to help make us so much healthier and more rich. But we can't be victims. We can't look at it from the wound. We have to accept the lesson in it and understand how we can use it to make us a better person. Now, the kicker is this, you know, when we're living according to universal truth, we're not our bodies. We are spirits that inhabit a body. And so if you really think about it, the greatest aspect of yourself, which is limitless, it's a spirit, it's energy, it's consciousness, it's actually never touched. And so that's one of the ways we can say, yes, I had this experience in this body, but in reality, the highest level of reality, the spirit is never touched, and we can use anything that happens to us to make us and the world better. And so, it's so easy for me to sit here and say that to you. But if you study other people who have been victimized and wounded worse than you, you will see it's a lot of people that don't live according to a wound, and things that happen to them were horrible, but they have love, they have compassion, and they do something positive with their lives. It's so good if you walk with a wound to study people who you look at and you're like, whoa, they were way more injured. Whatever was done to them was way more extensive than what happened to me. But look at them. They are making something of their lives anyway. Okay? And so we want to release those things that are no good for us, and we're just going to become better. We cannot live wounded. It's just no good. Geb says that it is a time of abundance. It's important for us to study nature, to get into nature, because we are energy. And so when we get into nature, we become attuned. And so anything that's out of alignment can be brought back into alignment simply by getting out in nature, taking a walk, going on your boat, on the river, on the ocean, walking up the mountain, doing basket weaving, working with natural products, working with stones, rock climbing, rappelling, whatever it is that gets you out in the nature and touching natural things, it will reset you. It will reset you. And so that's one way that we can benefit from the abundance of nature. Nature is very healing to us. But another way that we can look at nature is if we just get out and look. You will see the abundance. I'm blessed to live in a place where there are a lot of trees, even though they try to cut them down. Way more than I want them to. But it's still a lot. You go everywhere. You see trees, you see grass, you see rolling hills. If you go out far enough, you'll see valleys. You might see higher elevations, water. You see streams, you see lakes, you see ponds, you see rivers. It's just so much. I have so many opportunities just driving through the city, Nashville, Tennessee. And it looks so incredible to see nature and how abundant nature is. And nature teaches that is us too. Nature reflects the highest reality. And the highest reality is abundance. There is nothing other than abundance. We can perceive there is no or not enough. We can perceive there's a lack. We can find ourselves in a condition of lack, but that's not the truth. It's just a perception. It's a level of reality that we have taken on by choice. And if we continue to attune and align ourselves to nature and open ourselves up to the non-physical realm that we can't see, but it is abundance everywhere. I tell people, anyone who thinks God, the divine, Goddess, is anything other than 100% abundance, it's not true. It just is not true. And so, I mentioned in another video, we are cut from this divine consciousness. And so, in reality, we have the exact same qualities. We are 100% abundance, but our perception will make us think we're not. And so we need to stop that. That's what Geb is saying. Geb is saying, walk in abundance. Know that what you need will be provided for you. The kicker is this. What you think about, you bring about. You think you don't have enough. That's the reality you're going to create. That's why it's so important to have your spiritual practice. So that you can study the divine laws of the universe and apply them to your life in a way that is beneficial. Which, when we experience negative things, that's still beneficial. That's a part of the human experience. So we don't cry about it. We just learn. So the resources will be there. It could be money. It could be, human resources, people. Whatever it is that you need, it's there. That's what you need to open yourself up to receive. And you can't counter it or negate it with not believing it's there. You have to open yourself up to the miracle, okay, that is there. And so it's just an exercise in doing that. The other thing that I want to say is that it is really important for people to have a spiritual practice. Every day, everyone should have some spiritual practices that they engage in so as to keep their spiritual constitution strong, to keep their mind, their emotions in a positive state, and even the body. We need rituals, but the spiritual practices are very, very important so that you can have a healthy life. And I'm not one that likes to tell people what kind of spiritual practices to have, because everyone is unique, and what works for one, it's not cookie cutter. Everyone needs to come up with their own spiritual practices. But something that that came to my mind as I was thinking yesterday is it's really difficult when someone is spiritually ill to be respected when they are in the process of healing. And so if you know you need spiritual healing, you may need to take some steps or some precautions to keep yourself on the straight and narrow towards your spiritual healing. Now, your spiritual practices are definitely a way for you to do this. It creates structure and it creates consistency, because you have to do the work, your spiritual work, every day. You just have to. And how it looks, it may change from day to day, but there should be a certain way of that you do every day. You have something that you do to feed your spirit. But when there are times when the healing is a little more intense, and so that spiritual practice, it's there, but you may need to put yourself in isolation a little bit more. You may need to explain to people that, and this is what I tell people sometimes, when I feel ill in my spirit, they're not going to understand if I say, spiritually I feel ill. People don't get that. You may need to say, you know what, I haven't been feeling well lately. What's wrong? I don't know, just lack of energy or whatever. So I'm going to skip going today. I'm just going to lie down today, or, whatever. You can say it in a way to get people to understand without them like dismissing you. But you may need to take some precautions. Spiritual illness is real. People need spiritual healing. That is real. If someone says, oh, I have this very serious illness in my body, everyone's going to want to take care of that person, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no one is talking about, yes, spiritually I'm ill, and oh, I don't feel well spiritually. I went to my spiritual teacher, and they told me I needed to do some healing, spiritual healing work, and I need people to assist. That's just not, most people don't get it. So you have to take the steps to ensure your spiritual healing takes place. And there probably are people you can call on, even if they're virtual, who will understand, who can support you in creating whatever structure you need in order to get you to spiritual health. But don't deny yourself spiritual healing because other people don't understand. So this is a time of abundance. We're in Gab. Gab is all about Mother Earth. Oh, I tell you what, how about this? How about you go do something good for Mother Earth? If you haven't done anything good lately, here's a good one. Do not drop your cans, your glass, and your plastic in a trash can. Go find a recycle bin. That's simple. If all of us, every person on the face of the earth did that one time today, OMG, we will do a major, major good deed for the earth. This is a time to connect with the earth this is your earth, your own given earth. Do something good for this, okay? Let's eat healthy. And, you know, you want to get healthy in your spirit, in your emotions, in your mind. You want to know that what you need is there in terms of resources, money, all that kind of good stuff. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. I wish you a very prosperous rest of the week, and I will see you in the next video. Please feel free to share this video, to like this video, and let's go into discussion. Let's talk about it. I love having spiritual discussions. All right, you take care. Love y'all. Peace.